Hello, beautifuls. Multitasking over one tasking. I've had this couple of times popping up last 2 days, and I thought I'll talk about this. I used to think I was really proud what a great multitasker I was. I even proudly declared that I have never met a better multitasker than myself, and I still believe that. However, I have learned through my studying and experience that multitasking is not necessarily the best thing you can handle. Not the best way you can handle things, sorry. And if you narrow down the focus on whatever you're doing, you give your energy and your undivided attention to something, and the outcome have to be better. Because when you put your attention and the focus into something, then you're creating, you're tapping into yourself more, you're connecting with yourself, you're listening to your mind and whatever's happening around you more. Now, so narrow down the focus. How you can improve your focus? Well, basically, the best thing I've been doing is watching, as one of my mentors actually advised, is you either put a little dot opposite the table where you're sitting and you stare at it for 5 minutes, or you find a space around you where you stare at that dot for 5 minutes, or a spot, or candle. I do that with kids as well. We watch candle for 5 minutes. It's not as easy as it sounds. When I started doing it, I thought like 5 minutes, it's just 5 minutes, it's easy. It actually is not. Well, I found it clearly challenging. But it gets better, and your focus, it really, really helps to focus, narrow down the focus. I wanted to say one more thing. You can actually then do the best thing I find is night before you wake up, you put tasks. We were advised by our mentors 6 tasks, and then you start the day. You do not move to the task 2 until you finish task 1. Then write them down and then look at them and prioritize them. So then you put 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes you may do them more. I have far too many on my list than 6, but I do tend to have 6 which are very prioritized. So I do highlight them. Now, I've heard a story and really, really made me think is, you know how you're listening to yourself, you're narrowing the focus. So your focus is, when I was listening to something in a TV, playing orchestra, I love classical music. And you know how at the beginning of the orchestra, all the musical instruments would play and practice. So, you can hear the noise all over the place, and they all, doing the, whatever you call it, tuning and whatever you call that. And when the conductor comes, he comes and he does tap, tap, tap. And literally all the instruments stop practicing and they pay attention to conductor. And I thought, how do they hear the tap, tap, tap? And one of the ladies, funnily enough, was talking about how when the conductor comes and taps, they all paying attention to the tapping. They know that they know they have to pay attention. If they hear the tapping, that's their call, that they need to stop whatever they're doing and pay attention to the conductor. And I thought, if we really start focusing on listening to our inner voice, our conductor inside us, where we need to pay attention at that particular moment what we're doing, then focus, notice what you're noticing. Test this for a few days, but notice what you're noticing and listen to your inner conductor and start paying attention. Focus on what's coming to you, because everything else will fall in place, and you will be more efficient if you actually narrow down the focus rather than multitasking. And I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry, it's a little bit longer message, but I'll see you tomorrow.